Hey everybody, JB back with you once again for more Talos Principle. First of all, I'd like to apologize for the sound problems in the last 3, I think, videos. I forgot to configure my sound setup correctly when doing the last recording session, so the game sound may be a little on the faint side, and for that I apologize. Before we get started for today though, let's go over here, because this is apparently where the second...
I shaped these lands according to the purpose of the hidden words.
I think we've already heard this,
Thus,
right?
all things have meaning, where before was only chaos.
There
Know
it is.
that, and have faith.
It's a beach ball.
The answer that came to me again and again was play. Every human society in recorded history has games. We don't just solve problems out of necessity. We do it for fun. Even as adults. Leave a human being alone with a knotted rope, and they will unravel it. Leave a human being alone with blocks, and they will build something. Games are part of what makes us human. We see the world as a mystery, a puzzle, because we've always been a species of problem solvers.
Indeed. Saying that we do it for fun reminds me so much of that scene in Back to the Future Part 3 where Doc Brown is telling all the guys in the saloon that one day we're going to run, but we're going to do it for fun, and that one dude that plays Mr. Haney on Green Acres says, "Run for fun? What kind of fun is that?" Alright, so anyway, we're going to move on to World 6, or World A6, and we've got 1 green and 3 reds and 1 star. And I've got to say, this is the world that first presented probably the most significant challenge when I first played through the game. Let's go and look at the terminal here. LOL.email. From J.E. Harrison to Nomi77, subject LOL. Ever since we moved to the new site, I feel funny. No, not in that way, just I feel like I'm about to start laughing at random. It's probably shock, right? An inability to deal with reality? Or maybe it's just that we're working in this insane place with this insane technology on this insane project, and so I feel like a genuine mad scientist. Stand aside, mortals. We will create life by the power of science. I mentioned this to Alex, and she got me a pair of fake glasses. You can't be a mad scientist without glasses, she said. Even Ian Malcolm had glasses. And I pointed at EL and said, life, finds a way. Maybe you had to be there. J.E. Harrison, Institute for Applied Pneumatics. Any emails sent from this address are to be considered confidential. Sharing or forwarding without permission may result in prosecution by the enraged spirit of Jeff Goldblum. Okay, Cicero.text. Shall the industrious husbandman then plant trees, the fruit of which he shall never see? And shall not the great man found laws, institutions, and a republic? What does the procreation of children imply, and our care to continue our names, and our adoptions, and our scrupulous exactness in drawing up wills, and the inscriptions on monuments and panegyrics, but that our thoughts run on futurity? Cannot retrieve Tusculan Disputions 484-5 F5045. What do you imagine that so many and such great men of our republic, who have sacrificed their lives for its good, expected? Do you believe that they thought that their names should not continue beyond their lives? None ever encountered death for their country, but under a firm persuasion of immortality. Themistocles might have lived at his ease, so might Epaminondas, and not to look abroad and among the ancients, for instances, so might I myself. But somehow or other there clings to our minds a certain presage of future ages. Is that how you pronounce that? Presage or presage? And this both exists most firmly and appears most clearly in men of the loftiest genius and greatest souls. Take away this, and who would be so mad as to spend his life amidst toils and dangers? Chatbots.html. Jenny77. Chatbots are becoming increasingly sophisticated. Nigel Pyjamas. True, but hardly relevant to this discussion. Jenny, are you sure? How do you know that I'm not a bot? Sam Schwartz. Don't be ridiculous. Jenny. I'm not ridiculous. Honestly, how would you know? Vegan Warrior. Haha, troll. Jenny. I'm not a troll. Warrior. Yeah, right. Jenny, is there anything that I've written so far that could not be written by a bot? I responded to simple insults like ridiculous and troll with very basic negations, and I detected that none of you used proper orthography, so I also avoided capitalization. Warrior, what's the capital of France? Jenny, Paris. Even the simplest script could pull that info from the net. Pyjamas, what's the capital of Croatia? Jenny, Zagreb. Nigel, okay, she's a bot, lol. Jenny, I'm not a bot, I'm European. We learn these things in school. Sam, I've seen you in this chat room many times. Bots can't participate in discussions. At best, they can interject random comments. Warrior, Sam is right. Stop trolling. Pyjamas, vegan warrior, Sam is a bot. Okay. That was fun. So yeah, this world was the one where the challenge definitely got upped a notch. And I'm going to try to do the green one first as usual, so let's find that. Ooh, there's a bunch of QR codes over here. Some of the messages that existed when I first came into being have vanished. Others have appeared. How many others like me have wandered these paths? How many thoughts have been lost? I'm still here, Sailor M. It seems we're all here at once and not at all. Sorry, that's not very much help, is it? Can't think of any other way to put it. Sheep. The sooner you accept that we will all be here forever, the sooner you will find enlightenment. Samsara. There's a noise. It seems to be another terminal here. Okay. A simple principle.html. Though Stratton himself never used the term, his remark about the inescapable materiality of life, that, like the bronze giant Talos, even the most faithful philosopher cannot live without his blood, ultimately became known as the Talos Principle. What seemingly enraged many of his contemporaries and a significant number of later thinkers is the principle's simplicity and unassailability, which, according to a fragment found in Miletus, cut through their rhetorical webs, which sought to tangle the listener with fanciful words and thoughts of the heavens, like Alexander's sword through the Gordian knot. Diogenes Laertius makes mention of a dialogue by Anaximander of Chalcedon that expanded greatly on the Talos principle, but that work remains lost. Arcady Journal 77.txt officially began work on Archive today. Contributors from every country on Earth while network connections last. Team intimidated by project scope but working hard. We'll be sharing space with Drennan and Sarabhai team. Look forward to meeting them. Post 437 comments.html. 12 comments. Cheeseman22. First, and Dragon Fairy. Seriously, Cheeseman, that was the best you could say? Cheeseman, lol. The Philosopher Queen. A great snapshot of the human species at its best and at its worst. Cheeseman, at its worst, come on. It's just soot a comet. Not Stalin. The Infinite Monkey. Stalin was also a troll commenter. And Dragon Fairy. Maybe you should cut out the jokes. This is serious. The most serious thing that's ever happened. Monkey. I think that's a great reason to joke around. Queen. Do we see? Yeah. Internet's working less and less. Goodbye, all. Monkey. Bye. And Dragon Fairy. God bless you. Cheeseman. Last. Well, I'd say that's a pretty representative sample of what a lot of internet comment sections look like. Although it kind of got a little more serious at the end there. Let's see, I guess the green one must be all the way back here at the beginning. Wait a minute. There's another terminal. We'll have to find that once we're done with this. Mobile Minefield is the name of this one. So that one's not going anywhere. Let's see if we can figure out how to crack this one. I don't actually remember this puzzle very much. I can hear a turret nearby, so that's interesting. Let's go and trap this in there. Just let it go. Let it go. Let it go. Okay. Yeah, there's been enough references to that song, right? Alright. use the key. Whoa. Turn that off. Looks like this is connected to a switch. So we just need to turn it off, and then we can use this jammer over here to disable this guy. Perfect. That wasn't so bad. Oh. Can we go out this way? Yes. So we can hear this terminal from here, but we can't see anything. It seems like it's coming from over this direction. And there it is, it's back there. There's also a star. But how do we get there? There doesn't really seem to be any discernible way of jumping this thing. We can't even get up to this level. Is there a box somewhere around here? Anything that can help? I seem to recall something being around here that is for that. Hang on. I thought there was. I'm probably just moving too quickly here, but I thought there was something around this area. Ah, here it is. Very cleverly concealed back there, too. Alright, so if we use this, we should be able to get up to at least this spot. Right there. Use the auto jump to cross over. There you go. Let's read the terminal here first so it'll stop beeping at us at least. ClassicalPhilosophers.lz19. The compressed file cannot be accessed. Name ClassicalPhilosophers.lz19 EL-1. Desk. An extensive collection of works by the ancient philosophers of Greece and Rome. Annotated. Error. Compression algorithm LZ19 not available in system EL-0. ProgressRep3.email. From Alexandra Drennan to Ian mailing list. Subject Progress Report 3. Hi all, as per the last meeting, we're going with an existing game engine for the simulation. This gives us a whole slew of advantages. Stability, ease of use, modular, easy to integrate, large amount of pre-existing assets, inherently aimed at testing users, designed for iterative processes. After some back and forth, we've decided to use the... All the relevant documents are attached. Alex. Interesting, a game engine. Are we inside this game engine? And if so, what was the purpose of this, I wonder? Even if not so, what was the purpose of this? Alright, so we found the star for this world. So let's go and solve all the puzzles here. Deception. Okay, so this was probably arguably the first really significant challenge that I encountered, and I might even have trouble solving it today. So let's see what we got here. We've got a gate that's opened by a red connector, a red beam. Do we have any connectors, though? Doesn't look like there's anything there. Anything? Yes, here we go. There's also a gate over there, but there doesn't seem to be any way to open it. There's also a blue receiver over here that guards the sigil, so we need to find a way to get a blue beam through all of this in order to make that work. Alright, that part's easy enough. Okay, so there's another receiver over there. And another connector up here. So if we just get the beam branched out this way, that's not too bad. And then we have another connector, and the blue beam is over here. So the question is, can we get the blue beam routed through here? And it doesn't look like we can. We haven't actually tried this, but you can try connecting stuff like this, but you cannot use two color beams through the same connector. That's not really possible. So I'm just going to use, not that, but I'm going to just continue routing the red beam through here so we can get inside that. So in here, we've got one more connector, as well as a blue receiver. Interesting. And this lets us go back outside. So the real question at this point is there a way that you can get this to route over there? Let's see here. Can we place this in a spot where it can reach both that and this? And you can actually see here at the bottom below the word connect which ones are active as far as if the line of sight can reach all of them. And from what we can see here, it doesn't look like it can reach both this, thanks to this rock here, as well as that. And actually the one over there really won't show up because this gate's in the way. But even if it weren't in the way, the rock still poses this problem. So this solution is not really going to work. You can see the beam just goes straight through the wall there, since this really isn't possible with this. So we need to devise a different way to do this. So the next question is it possible to take an existing connector and repurpose it for use over there? And it doesn't look like this is doable, since over here you need this one to shoot at that right here from this area, since this is in the way. This needs to be here to route it over there. But then we've got the question of this. And I think what we have to figure out here is that ultimately going inside this area, apart from getting this, is actually not necessary. All we really need to do in there is get this connector. So let's bring this out and see what we can do. So one interesting thing here is that we can route the blue beam through here, but we still need to use another connector, possibly from this location, to route it there. But then we have another problem, which is the whole crossing of the streams. So we can easily take this away, since we don't really need that gate open anymore. So that's thankfully doable. But now we've got a new problem, which is how are we going to cross this with everything here? Because we've got this issue here of this being placed there, and if we were to just go like this, we can put that there. But the question is, can we actually reach that all the way inside over here? You know what? We actually might be able to. Oh, but we've got another problem. This beam is going to interfere with that beam. So even if we could do that, we've still got an issue. Let's just set it down. So that's a little bit of a problem. So I was actually stuck on this for quite a while because I couldn't get around this conundrum, but there's actually one additional thing that's very easy to miss, and that is this. The elevation. You can easily redirect the beam up to a different altitude. And this, thankfully, allows you to solve the puzzle. Very tricky, but very clever. Oh, that's still not good enough, is it? Okay, hang on. Okay, this is kind of a little problematic. Oh, wait. Was I... Hang on, I was hooking up the wrong one. I was hooking up the red one. My bad. Oh, that's still a problem. Okay, I know that the solution involves doing the stair thing. I just have to place this correctly, I think. Still not good enough. Okay. Let's move... Well, first of all, let's take this out so the crossing of the streams is no longer an issue. I'm not really sure if moving this is going to accomplish anything. Let's just put it there, though. Yeah, I need to move it back. That was not a good idea. Line of sight's a tricky thing. There we go. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. I can just go through here. This is actually the better idea, isn't it? Duh. Oops. There. That's how you do it. Perfect. Alright, so we got that done. 2 down, 2 to go. Bichromatic entanglement. Sounds like another beam-related thing. Yes, alright, so... Got lots of receivers going on here. Okay, so there's really only one thing we can do here. We gotta direct this thing out to the blue receiver. Like that. And then we've got this red receiver here. And interestingly enough, we can actually redirect this to 2 spots, like this. Let's do that. And now we've got a pressure pad. I think what we need to do here is we need to well, we need to do a couple of things. One of them is that we need to make sure that this stays connected. But the problem here is that we need to also make sure that this also stays connected. So there's a bit of a problem here. It's kind of like a chicken and egg thing going on. So how are we going to make this work is the question. Well, first of all, let's do something before we do that. Let's actually adjust the connection with this such that we can aim in there as well. Whoops. There we go. Now, let's adjust this. Okay, so that's done, and these are on different elevations, so that's nice. And so this renders this one obsolete, since this is already connected. And we can use this again here. So that was a cool puzzle, I like that one a lot. Okay, so now let's move on to the last one. If I remember, this is the one that I was stuck on for a very long time. Yes, a door too far. Okay, so this little puzzle, I gotta admit, this stumped me for a very long time. So, I'll show you what we've got here. We've got this transmitter. We should have a connector, yes, right here. You can see there are windows in here, so the puzzle's being set up to make you think that there's going to be some complicated maneuvering of stuff here. Let's go in here and see what we've got. We've got nothing there. We've got one of those buzzer things there. And over here we've got a jammer. The jammer is what makes this puzzle rather interesting and also rather tricky. So over here you'll notice that we've got another window. We can jam the buzzer, which just stops it, but that doesn't really help very much right now. And you'll notice here that we've got the another one of these receivers next to that gate, but we can jam the gate, enabling us to get a cube. So we've also got another red thing there, red receiver. And based on what we've seen before, these boxes are pretty good for keeping these buzzers away from beams and stuff, so I'm going to try to position it here next time it comes around. Like that. Alright. So we need to figure out a way to open this up, first of all. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go... Let me see here. I'm going to go, I think we can shoot right through here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this jammer and take it back to the starting area. At least we can see. Let me put it here for now. Like, actually, let me put it on the inside. And let's grab that connector right there. And this time I'm going to go and connect the beam over here through the window, just so we can see what we can do with this. Whoops. There we go. And also, let me use the other connector to open up that other gate over there. Now this is really tricky here, because the game does not allow you to connect both of these with only one connector. Whoops, I did not mean to do all those ones. There we go. So let's take a look at what we did. You'll notice that these take a while to activate, so you can't really have the buzzer roaming around when it comes to the, especially that one over here. Oh, we've got yet another one. So this is a little problematic, because we got to figure out a way to open this up. And you can see right here that we've got all these walls, which pretty much mean that we need to use the jammer on that. So I completely forgot about the concept of juggling when I first played this level. And I thought that you had to absolutely do something weird with this whole thing, where maybe you could position this box, like, let's say, whoops, get kind of a little bit of a shock there. Like, put the box on top of the buzzer or something, or just do something that maybe allowed this connector to roam around and switch between these two, or just something crazy like that. But of course that's negated by the fact that these take a long time to activate, so that wasn't going to work. So let me actually put this back so that this doesn't interfere anymore. As you can see here that the fact that this goes back and forth prevents that from actually functioning and opening up. So we'll leave that there. We really can't use the box for anything else. So what we do need to do, if I remember correctly, is we need to figure out a way to get the jammer fed through all these gates, is basically what this comes down to. So I'm going to first of all go through here, like that, and I'm going to go, because this is open, I'm going to position this there. Now what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take this over here, and I'm going to move it such that it's going to line up with this one instead. Wow, that one does take a while to open up. And this allows us to take the jammer through, which is so simple, but for some reason it took so long to figure that one out. I was so stuck on just all the really weird solutions I had coming up with in my head. I was trying to juggle around. Ooh, we got more stuff here. You know what? I'm going to save that for next time, because we've gone on for quite some time here. If the terminal's trying to get your attention to do something in the story, then it will still pop up on another one. So I'm going to go ahead and call it there for now, and next time we will start taking on World A7, which is the last of the areas here, aside from the Stargate. The Stargate. That's kind of funny. And we need 2 more stars to get this activated, so I'm actually going to wait till the end of the game, the end of the LP, to do those, since those are the hardest here in the game. So for now, I think we're just going to call it here. Thanks so much for watching again, and I will catch you on the flip side. So take care, and I will see you next time.